Hi there, guys. It is Wednesday, the 31st of July, 2019. I can't believe that we are in July and that tomorrow we're going to be in August. The time is just speeding up. It really, really is. I just wanted to make this video just to sort of touch base with you. And so, just to let you know that, by the grace of God, I'm still alive. I'm still on trail and I'm still committed to finishing this trail. Um, Compared to other YouTubers on trail, I don't vlog that frequently. I'm not very techy, and so therefore, putting my clips together, my videos tend to be quite raw and uncut. But you know what? I like it that way. There are no fancy graphics, there's no music, there's no fancy whatever. It is just me holding my phone up and just recording stuff and, putting it all together. And so it is what it is. And I found that when I was coming into town, having to edit and upload was just becoming a source of stress for me. And like, once you get into town, your so called days off aren't really true days off. I think in reality, you need to take 2 days off back to back, do a double zero before you feel rested to go back on trail. Because you've got to think about doing your laundry, resupplying, finding food. If you've had things to mail, you've got to find a post office, catching up with friends and family. So that takes time to do, as well as resting, as well as washing your body, as well as washing all of your gear and getting everything together. And so that takes time. And then you've got to first of all figure out, if the trail doesn't run directly through town, how you're going to get to town and to get back. And so it was just becoming too much of an additional stress that I didn't need. And so hence I've got a big backlog of videos to upload, and I will do. I've put either I've got about 8 weeks left, and so it's highly unlikely that I'm going to get them out before I summit Katahdin. But definitely once I get back home and have sorted myself out, I'll upload them, because I just want to share my experiences. With people who don't hike, who might want to know what it's like, what I'm going through, and also for people who do hike, if you can glean any nugget of information out of this, because I know that it really helped me watching lots of other YouTubers, and I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for all the useful information that's out there. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I've just got some points that I just wanted to just go through. Just going to be a quick touching base video, sort of halfway through. Actually, I'm more than halfway through. I'm 1,365 miles through my trip. I can't believe it. I'm actually in Fort Montgomery, New York. So just past Bear Mountain. And yeah, New York, man. Oh my goodness. I forgot, like last year, just how tough New Jersey and New York were, and crossing the border from New Jersey into New York, the terrain, although it looked, just like this on the map, it was up and down, up and down. And so it was so draining and really quite challenging. And so it really kicked my butt. And it's funny because on one day, every hiker who I encountered were like, "Oh, God, this is terrible. This is awful." And I thought, "Oh, good. I'm glad it's not just me." And so, yeah, New York is kicking my butt. I'm so glad, because right now, or a day and a half before, I was feeling so depleted. Spirits were low. I never wanted to quit this trail. For me, quitting wasn't an option. I really committed that I was going to see this thing through. However, there were times where I just needed a break. I just wanted to just get the hell away from the trail. I was sick of it. But I just knew that that break would be temporary. And so at Harper's Ferry, which was like a psychological halfway point, I really wanted to take like 2 days off, back to back, and just do nothing. But unfortunately, I didn't plan ahead. And so the hotel that I was staying at only had one room for one night. And so I couldn't do my double zero back to back. And so I had it in my head that I want 2 days off, want 2 days off. And so I stayed in this hotel last year, actually. It's a Holiday Inn Express at Fort Montgomery. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to come back here. And plus, they've got a pool downstairs, which is great. And so, yeah, this time round, I treated myself to a suite. And so let me just pan around, see if you can see it all. This is my sleeping area. And it's like a little mini apartment. Let me just walk through. And yep, this is the rest of it. Got all my junk there, done a little mini pack explosion. And what's so decadent about this place, like one television isn't enough, okay, you come through to the sleeping area and bam, you got another one. And so, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted, just to recoup, reset my mind and rest. And so I've been enjoying it. And so, yeah, just a heads up for anyone who's on the trail. I think it's good to do the hostels, save some money, socialize, get into the hostel thing, but have a little bit of money in your kitty for times when your spirits are low and you just want to have a treat. And so that you can sort of get yourself a nice room somewhere, because you're going to need it. You are going to need it. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, my videos are raw, uncut, unedited. That's just how it is. I think once I figure out some better technology, I might be able to jazz them up a little bit. But for the time being, sorry guys, that's how it's like. Where am I at right now? As I said before, I'm in New York. I've got a few more states to go through. Mentally, I'm really committed. I really want to see this thing through. As I said before, quitting was not an option. It really wasn't. The only thing that I'm having trouble getting my head around is that my body, my mind is saying, yes, come on, girl, you've got this, you can do this. However, my body, my energy levels, I'm thinking, oh, because I know what's coming ahead. I know that I'm going to be going through some challenging times, and that my speed and the miles that I do, according to my schedule, I'm going to be having to go for it, really have to dig deep. And it may not be a realistic possibility for me to do the miles in the time that I've got. And so, yeah, I'm being realistic about things. I really hope that I can summit Katahdin and get back to Boston by the 1st of October. But yeah, I'm going to really have to dig deep. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. And so that's where I'm at. For me, so far, the highlights of my trip has been the people. Oh, yesterday I was just so blown away. I've just met such kind, generous, big-hearted people along the way. Some fellow hikers, I've stayed in their home. Beautiful couple that I met. Oh, Happy Feet, Coffee Bean, you know who you are. I love you guys. I stayed with them. Highlighter, Percy. Oh God, Double Stack. I love you, guy. Oh, so generous, so kind. I didn't want to name names actually in case I missed people out, but you guys know who you are. And Pez and Pegleg, love you to bits, love you to bits. These are all people who I've met along the trail, but you know, they've got a place in my heart. They've just been so kind and so supportive and generous to me. And so I hike by myself. I'm a lone female solo hiker, but you make connections along the trail. As if you are thinking about hiking and you are by yourself, unless you deliberately want to have a hermetic existence along the trail, then, you know, even if you really want to, I would say perhaps go sober, but go at a different time of year or whatever. But you can't help but interact with people. And you have to be pretty antisocial, you know, not to speak to anybody at any point of the trail, because it's a very sociable trail. And so, if I'm being honest, I've only felt lonely about 2 or 3 times since I've been on the trail. Yeah, 2 or 3 times. And I think twice was when I was like stealth camping by myself and I'd had a previous bear encounter and I felt, quite on edge. And then another time I was just sharing a shuttle ride with a group of these young guys, and they were talking about going night hiking, and they were so excited, and I thought, oh, I wish I was part of a tramily, have some fun with them at night time. But apart from that, I've been okay. I mean, I do enjoy solitude, and I've done numerous trips and journeys by myself, so I'm okay with being alone. And there is a difference between being alone and being lonely. And so I seldom feel lonely. And plus, every day, if it's not somebody who I'm meeting on the trail, like either a day hiker or just another hiker passing me, I will encounter somebody at some point. There's only been one day where, no, a couple of days actually, where I call them my zombie apocalypse day, where, there's nobody else, absolutely nobody else who I've encountered, but that's very rare. And so, yeah, it's very sociable. So, yeah, the people that I've met, the kindness, the generosity, oh, the trail angels and the trail magic that I've experienced has just been very, very heartwarming. And also the beauty and the nature of the trail, it's been just breathtaking at times. And so, yeah, for me, those two things at the moment are, what are my highlights so far. Yeah, my body issues and my health. I'm chronically sleep deprived. I don't sleep well anyway. Always have to get up and go and pee, and so my sleep is always broken. But for the last few nights, I've had an air leak in my mattress, which has meant that by the time morning comes, I'm literally sleeping on the floor, which has been very uncomfortable, and so my sleep has just been awful. And so what does help me is that I wear an eye mask, and so that minimal light will enter my eyes, and so it's dark as possible. So that really aids getting a good sleep, so that you're releasing melatonin. That's the hormone that sort of regulates your sleep cycle. And so if you can keep things as dark as possible, that really helps. And so, yeah, chronically sleep deprived. I'm sure I'm lacking some vitamin or mineral. And so I do take a tablet every day. I take cod liver oil as well. I've been in town, had to resupply, and so I've got some dark green leafy vegetables, and so just been eating a lot of salads to sort of replenish and trying to get as much fiber as possible. Honestly, won't go into too much detail, but this trail should be renamed the Diabetes Trail and the Constipation Trail, because you are eating too much sugar, too many sort of white flour products with no fiber, and just crap, basically. I think if I lived in the US, or, there needs to be, I'm sure there must be a company out there that can send you good quality resupply options, because there's just a business opportunity waiting to happen. I'd know exactly what I would do. So if anybody out there has got an entrepreneurial streak in them, I've got a fantastic idea for like resupply along the AT to support people, and also for international hikers who don't have people here to send them bounce boxes. So yeah, if I've got a great idea anyway. And so yeah, moving on. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. Yeah, I hike alone, which I really like. I do enjoy it simply because my pace is quite slow. I would say, like, if there's a slow, medium, and fast category, I'm at the higher end of the slow group. And so all these young, fit people, not even the youngsters, all different ages of fit people, always sort of pass me. And very, very rarely, if somebody is injured or somebody's actually slower than I am, do I actually get a chance to bang my sticks and say, I'm just coming up behind you, don't want to scare you. Because there's nothing worse than somebody creeping up stealthily behind you. And then I just got a sixth sense. You've got to tap into your sixth sense. You look behind and then, you get startled because you're in your own world and somebody hasn't sort of, shouted out. And so, yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. It really gets on my nerves when people just creep up behind me and don't announce their presence. And so, yeah, I do hike by myself, but every now and again, either somebody will slow down and then we'll have a good conversation and hike together. But I did have a lovely day hiking with a young hiker called Oreo yesterday, and she was just very entertaining, very amusing, and full of lots of energy. So we had a great day. So it's nice. And I think I enjoy it actually when I do spend time and company with a hiker who, you know, we've got not necessarily similar personality traits, but who we can have a conversation and engage and exchange and, just get along. And so that's really nice every now and again. And I appreciate it more. Um, yeah, am I in a tramily? I don't know, but there are groups of people that I see every now and again, and that's really nice. And so I think I'm at the tail end of a hiker bubble right now. And so, yeah, when I come into town, yeah, there are recognizable faces, and sometimes it's shelters and stuff. But there's no sort of tramily bond in that I'll make plans with somebody and say, yeah, I'm going to be at such and such. But yeah, there are people that I have got their phone numbers and we can text and just keep an eye on one another. And so, yeah, I guess I am part of a tramily that way. Yeah, issues that I've had, just the same old, really. A bit of gear failure every now and again. AirPad, I've got a new AirPad, and it came, and I like a wider AirPad, and this one was only 20 inches, and it's similar. This brand is called Climate that I'm trying out. I tried out one of their other air mattresses, which is the one that leaked, and that was the most comfortable airbed that I've had actually, even more comfortable than my Thermarest back home. But unfortunately, it's got an air leak. I can't find where it's leaking from. I don't have time to send it back, so I just had to get a new one. So I bought a new Climate brand AirPad, and it's even more narrower than my last one, which not too happy about, but it's lighter weight, and so saving a few ounces there. And so I hope it's going to hold up for me over the next 787 miles, to be precise. And so, yep, the air mattress. Oh yeah, and I bought a new raincoat, which, to be honest with you, I don't really tend to like using because you get wet anyway. I can remember when I was researching and I was watching videos by the Black Election. Peace to your brother. I'm so inspired by what you're doing, and also Dixie and Bigfoot and numerous others. And really, when it comes to rain gear, you get wet anyway because you're sweating inside. And unless the fabric's really breathable, you're just like being a basted turkey in your own juices rather, because yeah, you're just sweating. And so for me, my only paranoia when it starts to rain is that my hair gets wet, because once my hair gets wet, it takes forever to dry. And so, yeah, there's nothing worse than going to bed with wet hair. And so I'm thinking of, yeah, well, the last time it rained actually, and I had my new raincoat on, which I didn't like at all because it just doesn't breathe. I just put a plastic bag over my head and I just, got wet, because at the end of the day, you end up getting wet anyway. And so I might just do away with the rain jacket and just use a plastic bag over my head. And I don't give a monkeys what I look like. I really don't care. It's just all about the function right now. And so, yep, that's where I'm at. Yeah, my cell phone connection has been so poor, really bad. I've got a US SIM while I'm out here, and I think it's LTE stroke AT&T connection. And yeah, I very rarely get it. And so it's only when I come into towns, into hotels, that I can catch up with people and yeah, check my messages. It's very, very hit and miss in terms of the connection. Um, yeah, I think mentally I'm doing all right now. I've had a chance to rest. I think it's very important that you just take some time off from the trail if you can, just because it's relentless. it's just relentless and it's hard. And I've got the utmost respect for people who can just power on, physically and mentally, just to keep going. Because I've needed to have this bit of respite from the trail because I was, just feeling completely beat up and broken down. I really was. And my feet, because like last year when I came, it was my knees that were killing me. And thank goodness my knees have been strengthened. I think I do my IT band stretches, and so that really helps. And so now it's not so much my knees that hurt, it's my feet. And at the end of the day, it will be my feet that will mean that I have to stop hiking early because they're so painful. And so, yeah, different issues, different body issues will come up. And so, just got to look after yourself. And so, this video is a bit longer than I thought, but I just wanted to get everything out. I'm feeling okay. I'm psyching myself up for what lies ahead. I'm committed to finishing. It would be good to keep going north, but if, I need to, I may do a bit of a flip-flop because I have to leave the US from Boston, and I'm going to be passing Boston in a few weeks' time, so I'm going to think about my game plan. But yeah, I'm just, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I really am. I really am. And love and support keeps me going. The love of people back home. Thank you, you guys, so very much. I'm not a huge, big YouTuber, so when people do subscribe to my channel, it means a lot. I think if you can glean any bit of information from whatever aspect I'm sort of coming at, then yeah, I'll keep posting my videos. But yeah, please be patient. I'm gonna start reposting once I've got headspace and time to do so. And so I am still recording my experiences here out on the trail. And yeah, forwards and upwards. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.